Hi, it's Bohemian Barb here, and I'm going to do the tarot scope for our air signs, which is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, and see what's going to be happening for you in the next couple of weeks. Today is the full moon in Scorpio, and it might make people a little dramatic today, feeling a little intense with their emotions, a little jealous and obsessive. You know, Scorpios like to investigate and get to the bottom of things. So it should be sort of interesting energy, and it'll lighten up in a few days when the moon goes into Sagittarius, okay? So let's see what's ahead for you, air signs, in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Let's go in the middle of the deck. And you have Speaker. Okay? Your life purpose involves your skills of oration. Okay, well, that is true. You guys are good speakers, that's for sure. Especially Gemini. You're ruled by Mercury. But all of you actually make good speakers. All right, I'm going to pull a card for each of you. All right, let's start with Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, King of Cups. Gemini, the Moon card. And Libra, Page of Swords. All right, let's get into it, okay? Aquarius, King of Cups. All right, you've got this King of Cups, and he's making an offer, or he's bringing you an offer. Usually cups have to do with emotions, so maybe it's someone's asking you out on a date. Maybe they want to talk about their emotions. You know, the moon's in Scorpio, so it might be someone that you meet on the street that's very friendly and outgoing. It's sort of a flirty energy. It's a younger male or female energy. So yeah, they have something to say to you. They want to ask you out. They're going to say, gee, you look nice today. You know, that's kind of a nice card, right? All right. So you also have the Six of Wands reversed. So this means you've been working hard at something, and it is reversed. So your recognition and your rewards are not coming quite yet, okay? So it's going to be a little bit longer. This is a really good card, but it's just not quite right there because it is reversed. It is a victory card, so you're close to getting what you want, and maybe this offer is going to help. Maybe it's a new way to do things. Maybe it's a job offer. Let's see what your next card is. All right, the Lovers reversed. Okay, so this card reversed has to do with separations from someone, or deciding between two things, two jobs, two people, you know, because it is the Lovers card. So, you know, maybe this offer is telling you need to make a choice. Maybe it's a really good offer, and now you're like, oh my gosh, now what am I going to do? Okay. They're good cards. It's just not quite there yet. All right, what you need to do. Let me see what your oracle card says. Oh, these cards are slippery. Okay, so yours says someone else. All right, someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. Interesting. So maybe you have a little love triangle going on. Just maybe that Lover's card is true. Maybe you're trying to decide between two. You know, you have the Speaker card. You know, maybe it's time to have a talk. Maybe that offer is someone wants to talk to you. The full moon does bring things that have been in the darkness to the light. So it might be information you're going to get. Like I said, with the Speaker card, it looks like you might have to have a heart-to-heart talk and find out what's really going on before you can make a decision, okay? All right. Gemini, you've got the Moon card. And like I just said to Aquarius, the moon brings things to fruition. Whatever information or whatever's been going on in the background is now going to be coming to the light. The full moon illuminates it. So for the next week or so, you might get a lot of information. You might find out things that you didn't know before, things that are going to help you to your advantage. Maybe there are things you don't want to know, but the full moon brings it because you need to know, okay? All right, Gemini, you also have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Pentacles is, it's a good card. It's sharing your wealth, sharing information. See how he's sort of helping these beggars here, okay? You also want to beware of just helping anybody, okay? You want to help those in need, and it always feels good to help others, right? But you got to be careful of who you're giving your time and your money and your energy to, all right? So maybe the moon's going to illuminate that for you, okay? Let's see what your other card is. Okay, Gemini, you have the Death card, all right? So maybe it's time to move on. Maybe that Moon card is going to show you that a situation is not what you thought it was. And it's time to decide and make a decision. The Speaker card, right, also means maybe you need to have a talk and figure out what's going on. You know, the Death card brings life, right? It's sort of like when one door closes, another one opens. So it might be an opportunity that's coming, but the situation might be not how you wanted it to go or not what you thought it was. But in the end, it's going to be better, okay? And let's see what your Oracle card says. All right. Interesting. Confession. I think somebody else had this card. Someone has something to tell you. Okay, Gemini. What did I just say? That moon brings things that were hidden to light. So if someone has a confession, under the full moon would be the time to do it, right? So you've got some interesting cards. Plus you have the Speaker card. So they might have something to confess to you, and then you're going to have a lot to say about it because you've got the Speaker card. So there's definitely a conversation going there. Well, you and Aquarius got some situations to talk about. All right, Libra, you have Page of Swords, right? Pages bring information. Swords are very fast-moving energy. They have to do with the internet. Maybe you find something online. Maybe someone DMs you. Maybe you watch a video that brings you information that you didn't know. Maybe it's a speech that you're going to watch on the internet. It's also like it's fast-moving. So whatever comes to you, it's kind of out of the blue sometimes with the sword cards, you know. Things are just going along and then you're like, bam, oh, whoa. And that'll give you sort of a revelation since it's going to be about information that you need to know. All right, what's another card? Okay, so you have the Two of Coins reversed. So this is going back and forth between a situation or making a decision, which is what Libras do, right? They have to decide. They have to go through the pros and cons of each situation because you're the sign of the scales, right? Pros and cons before you decide. So this information is going to make you do some thinking, right? Okay. All right, you've got the Six of Cups. All right, the Six of Cups is a really good card. It means maybe you're going to hear from someone. That internet DM that you might get is from someone from your past. This might be maybe a past job that you had that maybe wants you back. A past friend that you haven't seen for a while. Someone you grew up with. Someone from your family you haven't talked to for a really long time. And they're going to help you make a decision. Sometimes these are money decisions. You know, do I want to buy this? Do I want to buy that? Should I pay off this? Should I get that loan? Blah, blah, blah. But someone from your past is going to help you with that information. And then you're going to have a talk about it with the speech card. So it looks like you air signs have some things to discuss with other people. So let me know how that goes. That's sort of interesting. You all have different things that are coming towards you to get you through the next couple of weeks. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time. Bye.